Look at the faces at Murphy's Bleachers in Chicago, just outside Wrigley Field. And then outside Wrigley Field as the celebration is on. The Cubs win it tonight in a great World Series, a tremendous Game 7. They win it in 10. And let's go down to the field again. Here's Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, David. This was your final game. It was an epic game. What was it like to play in this?
A lot of ups and downs. I'm totally exhausted. What a group of winners. What a group of resilient winners. These guys had never quit. They've answered every challenge all year long. When you want to just crumble when that ball goes over the fence, these guys fight back and continue to have good at-bats and play their game. We use every guy on our team, position player-wise. And that says a lot about this team. It's been that way all year. We got guys that didn't even make the roster that are great players. It's a good organization. I'm so happy for these guys, and I'm just glad they took me on this journey.
When you hit the home run, you looked almost stunned. What was it like going around the bases?
You'd be stunned too if you had my swing. It was good. You know what? It was. We'll get a picture. It was floating around those bases, but I just focused on the win. I'm trying, you know, I felt like I let 2 in. As soon as I come in the game, I give up 2 runs, so it was nice to get 1 back. So proud of this group.
Last question. You said you're retiring because of your family. You want to spend more time with them. How much was that on your mind tonight? It wasn't.
I was staying in the moment. When we won the first start, I thought it was my wife and kids. What a great way, what a great journey these guys took me on, this trip. I'm so proud of these guys. The city of Chicago deserves this with these guys. With these guys.
That's the way to end that interview. You saw the hug from Joe Maddon, who becomes the 2nd Cubs manager ever to win a World Championship. The other one, Frank Chance, player-manager in 07 and 08. What a night. What a game. Kevin Burkhardt, down to you.
Okay, Joe Buck, thank you very much. This Cubs clubhouse is fired up and ready to go. The commissioner, Rob Manfred, is here. We've got the commissioner's trophy, and let me introduce who's with me up here from the Cubs. Tom Ricketts is here, the owner and executive chairman. We've got Theo Epstein, the president of baseball ops, Crane Kennedy, president of business ops down there, Jed Hoyer, the general manager, and of course, Joe Maddon, the manager. I think we have some hard work to present, Commissioner. Why don't we do that?
We do indeed. It is an honor to present the World Series trophy, and this one is really historic. Your fans waited 108 years, and you delivered in style with an amazing comeback from down 3-1. So, Tom, Theo, Crane, Jed, and Joe, congratulations.
Tom, what does it feel like to hold this right now?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I just think about, you know, so many millions of people giving so much love and support to this team for so many years. To finally pay them back, it's all for the fans. I give all the credit to the players, Joe and his great coaching staff, Theo and Jed, all the hard work they did, everything Crane did for the ballpark and the business and the neighborhood. Man, it's a team effort, and we're just happy to have this. Thank you so much.
I know you had a great vision, and I know you certainly hope, but now you can officially say it. The Cubs are World Series champs. How does that sound to you?
I just want to say this real quick. Hey, the Cubs are World Series champions! Feels pretty good. First time I've said it.
I'd say, Stu, go enjoy it, Tom.
First time I've said it, it feels pretty good. Thanks.
Let's bring in Theo. Come on in, Theo. Congratulations to you. I'll pass that over. I just have to know, you're watching this in the stands, and what are you thinking? How are you surviving this heart attack game tonight?
It's fitting. It's got to be done with one of the best games of all time. Just unbelievable. And what a testament to our players, their grit. You know, when we gave up the lead and then during the rain delay, I walked by the strength and conditioning room. They were all gathered around saying, like, this is only going to make it sweeter, boys. Let's grind, here we go. And they went out and had an unbelievable inning, scored 2 runs. But first, got to congratulate the Cleveland Indians, the Dolan family, Chris Anthony, Mike Chernoff, Terry Francona, incredible postseason manager, great organization, phenomenal year. What a battle this whole series and tonight. But our fans deserve this. Our players deserve this. Chicago Cubs are world champions.
Theo, what do you think Chicago's like right about now?
I can't wait to go back. We don't need a plane to fly home, but you know, our fans just deserve it so much. And all the former Cubs, everyone, this is for so many people. Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, Billy Williams, who's still here to come celebrate with us tomorrow when we see him. We're coming, bringing the trophy home to you guys. It's been a century in the making, and no one deserves it more than Cub fans, Cub players, the Cubs organization, Tom Ricketts, our scouts, player development guys, Joe, the coaches, the staff. Unbelievable job. What can I say?
Theo, congratulations. Enjoy it. That's Theo Epstein. We're going to get Joe. Joe, come on in here. Joe Madden, the manager. That looks good in your arms, Joe. How does it feel for you?
It's the baby. It's your first baby. It's pretty incredible standing here among all of our guys. This is why this has all happened. There's a tough game, obviously, the way they came from behind. We kind of regrouped during the rain delay, and this group never quits, just like they had just said. So give our guys all the credit in the world. A phenomenal bunch of professionals.
Well, as you look at these guys right here who are all staring at you, ready to party,
yeah,
what are you most proud about of what you've accomplished?
You just heard him say we never quit. I'm really proud of the attitude, the culture that we've created here, obviously. I think it's something that can carry us for many, many years to come. Just like in the past, not having won a World Series trophy in 108 years, I think this year is the breakthrough year. So now that standard of excellence could be carried through for many years to come.
Joe, emotionally, how do you hang in this game? I mean, there was a heart attack every 10 minutes.
Well, you know, you got to try. Everything was going perfectly until Davis hit the home run. And then all of a sudden you have to like really go to plan B, C, and D. But our guys are there all the time. There's no, like I said, there's no quit in the dugout. The conversation was great. It was incredible. It's incredible to be part of that whole moment.
When do you think, we'll let you go, when do you think it will settle in? I don't know if it's fully hit you. The Cubs have won the World Series.
I promise you, RV Drive, me and Jay are going to be heading back down south pretty soon. I will take it all in at that point. I know we have the parades coming up and all that kind of great stuff, but it'll hit me then. Last point, listen, I want to congratulate Tito and the Indians. I have so much respect for him and them. A great series, great season for them, absolutely. So I just want to make sure that I put that out there too. They're fantastic.
Joe, wonderful. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, Joe Madden. And this Cubs clubhouse is fired up as you would expect. It's now time for the most valuable player trophy presented by Chevrolet. Let's bring in the commissioner again.
This year's most valuable player in the World Series is Ben Zobrist. Ben, you had a great series, and as everyone remembers, a crucial hit tonight, so there's a piece of hardware for you.
You've done this a couple years in a row. It's pretty hard to do. What does this one feel like compared to last year?
It's unbelievable. I can't even put it into words. What this team has battled through all year long, and believing that we're the best team, but the ups and the downs and having to fight through things. I mean, it's an unbelievable team to be a part of. Every guy on this team roots for each other, takes care of each other, and picks each other up, and that's what we did during that rain delay.
Ben, I have to ask you about the at-bat. The game-winning hit there, and you had 2 strikes. You had one defensive swing, kind of stay alive. But just how do you calm yourself in that moment, and what are you thinking against Shaw there in the 10th?
Well, you know, I know he throws a pretty hard cutter, and I was just battling. Obviously, I swung at a ball with 2 strikes and just barely hung in there in the at-bat, and fortunately, he put one close enough to the plate where I could just slap it down the line down there. I mean, I have to thank Riz, because I never would have been in that situation if he wasn't such a good player.
Ben, hang on. We have a surprise for you. We're going to bring in Paul Edwards, Vice President for Chevrolet. And Paul's got a little surprise for you, right, Paul?
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, Ben, congratulations. An amazing performance tonight and all through the series. And I just want to say on behalf of Chevrolet, our 3,100 Chevy dealers across the country, and kids that play Chevy Youth Baseball, we want to honor you. Look at it on the screen there, with a 50th anniversary Chevy Camaro that's out on the field right now. Congratulations, man.
Wow, thank you. Oh my, look at that thing. Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. Oh man, I'm gonna have to take everybody in a ride in that thing for sure. That's unbelievable.
I have a feeling, Ben, if you drive that thing around Chicago, you'll never have to buy another meal the rest of your life.
Oh, my goodness. I can't wait.
Go enjoy it with your teammates. Ben Zobrist, the most valuable player here in this World Series, and we'll see if there's any other players we can grab up here. They're celebrating, enjoying this trophy presentation right now. Any other players we can get up here? Here's Anthony Rizzo. Maybe we can say hello to Anthony. Hey, Anthony, want to say a word real quick? Sure. Come on up. We had a great piece. You were mic'd during the game, and you talked about how you were a glass case of emotion. That was like in the 5th inning. So how in the world were you holding it together later?
I don't know. I don't know. It's the best game I've ever been a part of. It's the best game I've ever seen, really. Just what a team. We started this year as a heavy favorites, and we went wire to wire all year. That's the best team in baseball. And the Indians did one heck of a job competing with their injuries, but this is the best feeling in the world.
Before I let you go, you were here when this team wasn't very good. You know, you've been here a while now, and you've seen the transition slowly to this point. What is it like now to be on top?
Oh my God, it's the best feeling in the world. You know, a lot of people have written us off. A lot of people have written us off this series, last series. So for us to come back 3-1 and win and finish this off in extra innings, it's the best rain delay of all time.
You believe you're world champs?
We're world champions for the rest of our lives.
Not bad. What? Anthony, congratulations. Go enjoy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anthony Rizzo and the Chicago Cubs are World Series champions. Unbelievable. That's it from the clubhouse. Let's go back upstairs.
Anthony Rizzo suffered a 101-loss season in 2012 with the Cubs. And Bill Murray's hoping to honk the horn. I don't know if the keys are in it. But the MVP is Ben Zobrist, a world champion a year ago in Kansas City. He got the go-ahead RBI double tonight in the 10th. And then a big RBI by Miguel Montero. Made it a 2-run advantage. Cubs win it by 1. Man, so much to talk about. What a game. And every once in a while, the game of baseball gives you a night you'll never forget. And the Cubs are off the list. As I said, tired of hearing about 1908. And like Theo Epstein said, for so many who have come before them, names like Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, Billy Williams, who is here, Ferguson Jenkins, Rick Sutcliffe, Mark Grace, Ryan Sandberg. Cubs are celebrating. Back after this.
Today, we're talking about automotive awards. Which one of these awards appeals most to you?
Top safety pick, mid-size car, and SUV.
Most dependable means a lot to me.
The green car, because I like fuel efficiency.
What if there was a car company that received all of these awards?
One company, one award in all these? Chevy.
Chevrolet is the most awarded car company of the last 2 years.
I love it. It's fierce.
How would you sum this car up in one word?
Incredible. Amazing. I can't use one word.
Will your business be ready when growth presents itself? American Express Open Cards can help you take on a new job. Or fill a big order. Or expand your office and take on whatever comes next. Find out how American Express cards and services can help prepare you for growth at open.com.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack knocked over a candlestick onto the shag carpeting, and his pants ignited into flames, causing him to stop, drop, and roll. Luckily, Jack recently had Geico help him with renter's insurance, because all his belongings went up in flames. Jack got full replacement and now has new pants he ordered from Banana Republic. Visit geico.com and see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
Everybody hates when the waiter warns them the fajita skillet is hot. But Arby's fixed the problem with fluffy flatbread, steak, chicken, and not having waiters. Arby's, we have the meat.
This is the Match app.
Oh, I like it.
How is this different than some other apps?
You get more of an idea what the person is like.
Versus,
here's my face, or not my face. It's a little bit more mature.
Match. Start for free today.
Earth's surface is the shoreline of a new ocean.
You ready for this?
It'll be the greatest adventure ever in human history.
We're looking at a red planet.
Mars, a global event series, Monday, November 14th at 9 on the National Geographic Channel.
One of the great international rivalries in world soccer.
There's a lot of bad blood between these two teams.
Lightning doesn't strike twice. It struck 4 times.
I can't sing. I don't want that going on TV.
Go, Cubs, go. Go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs gonna win today. Go, Cubs, go. Go, Cubs, go. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Cubs gonna win today.
The 1908 Cubs defeated Ty Cobb and the Tigers for the second straight year in the World Series. Names like Joe Tinker, Johnny Evers, Frank Chance, Mordecai Brown, Hall of Famers who played on that team. And now this good young core is celebrating in the visiting clubhouse here in Cleveland. Cubs win it all in 2016. And we welcome you inside our broadcast booth. I'm Joe Buck along with the Hall of Famer John Smoltz. It's been an honor watching this postseason, watching this series in particular. I think squeezing every last drop out of what these guys could give us. And in the end, the Cubs win it. Let's say one thing about Cleveland here before we go too far forward, and that is the young core of the Cleveland Indians, when healthy, Michael Brantley, the two starters back in their spots. The young core is here. This is going to be an Indians team that is to be reckoned with now in the next handful of years.
Yeah, I'm going to argue these are the two favorites going into next year. That's what I think about their young players. That's what I think about their rotation. The Cubs are not going anywhere. And Cleveland and Terry Francona and all that they've been through and the injuries, this was an incredible battle. This was a maybe run a little bit out of gas type momentum that Cleveland was riding. But both teams are going to be fun to watch, not just this year and this postseason, but years to come.
Yeah, you just never know who the hero is going to be. And tonight, Ben Zobrist, who really got hot with a bat, the RBI that put the Cubs on top in the 10th inning, just his second RBI of this World Series, but no bigger swing of the bat for a Chicago Cub than Ben Zobrist in the top of the 10th inning over the last 108 years.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate protector. You know, we talked about the bottom of the lineup not producing, and then sporadically they did. I think for Zobrist, making sure that Rizzo was protected, that's what we saw there. The walk, and then Rizzo knew that, you know, he wasn't going to get pitched to, and Zobrist came up huge. You mentioned the two RBIs, but I thought his bat this whole series was locked on.
Well, we like to hear from the other side, and in this case, the other side is represented by one of our favorites, Terry Francona, who's standing by now. Tom?
Thank you. Terry Francona, your team was down 3 runs, down to your last 4 outs. You forced extra innings. The game ended with a tying run on base. Describe your emotions about this night, this team.
Oh man, that was some kind of game. I mean, you know, somebody was going to win, somebody was going to lose. I wish they'd lost. I mean, there was a lot of good baseball. We asked, you know, so much of our guys. You know, from the pitchers, Corey Kluber starting 3 games, and, you know, Trevor being in his 3rd game, and our relievers going to the end. And, you know, we ask our players to play the game with respect and to leave it on the field. That was it. I mean, they gave everything they had. And, I kind of talked about it before the game, what an honor it was, but it really is. I mean, to go through that with this group and these people, it was an honor.
Terry, it seemed like you had seized momentum, and then the rain delay. Do you feel like that reset the game?
I don't think it really. I mean, Brian Shaw was the guy out there, and of all our guys, he can bounce back probably as good as anybody. I really don't think so. I mean, it just, they're a good team, and they keep coming at you. I mean, that was tough for them. We tied that, and, a lot of teams might fold. They didn't. But we didn't either. We ran out of time. And, it hurts. It hurts because we care so much. But I still want our guys to carry their heads high because they deserve to do that.
Finally, Terry, what did you say to your team, either individually or collectively?
We met for a minute, and I mean, they know how we feel, but I just wanted to thank them for me and the coaches, because like I was telling you, I mean, it's an honor to go through something like this with this group, and we don't take it lightly, and we appreciate it and we care, and I just thought they deserved to hear that.
Terry, congratulations on a great season and providing a great night of baseball.
Thanks, Tom. It was, like I said, it was an honor to be a part of that. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Back to you.
Well, you can see in that interview why Terry Francona is loved in this game. Two-time world champion manager. He won in 2004 and 2007 in Boston, and he is a leader of men. Nice to have him stop by and gracious in that interview with Tom Verducci. There's our set. The guys are revving it up and getting ready to go. Kevin Burkhardt, Alex Rodriguez, Frank Thomas, and Pete Rose. But tonight is the Cubs. They went through the Giants in the division series. It took 4. They went through the Dodgers in the NLCS. It took 6. And they went through the Cleveland Indians in the World Series. It took 7 and then some. 10 innings. And a final of 8-7. A game none of us will ever forget. The Chicago Cubs celebrating tonight here in Cleveland and back in Chicago. It is on in Chicago. Stay safe back there. World champion Chicago Cubs. Kevin Burkhardt. And the guys on the other side of the break. A draining series. A pleasure to call. Kevin, next up.
The new Pixel phone by Google, only on Verizon.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places. The only network that can power the first phone with the new Google Assistant, unlimited photo storage, and a stunning VR experience.
How is this possible?
So buy a Pixel only on Verizon and get up to $400 back. And right now, get 20 gigs and 4 lines for just $160 with no surprise overages. All on America's best network.
Have fun with your replaced windows.
Away! Leave him! Leave him!
Brick and mortar, what?
When you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive, you get more than a big discount.
That's what you get for bundling home and auto!
Jamie! You get sneaky good coverage.
Thanks. We're gonna live forever!
This is the Match app.
Oh, I like it.
How is this different than some other apps?
You get more of an idea what the person is like.
Versus,
here's my face, or not my face. It's a little bit more mature.
Match. Start for free today.
Everybody hates when the waiter warns them the fajita skillet is hot. But Arby's fixed the problem with fluffy flatbread, steak, chicken, and not having waiters. Arby's, we have the meat.
This is Bravo Squad, a group of genuine American heroes. Clear, cover, Bravo team on the lead.
Rated R. The UFC's legendary New York debut begins on FS1 with the biggest prelims card in UFC history. UFC 205 prelims, Saturday, November 12th, only on FS1.
Just in there a couple minutes ago, what a scene it was. The champagne will be flowing in a moment. And how about at Wrigley? As the Cubs wrap it up, what's that scene? Addison and Clark rocking and rolling. Nobody's going to sleep in Chicago tonight, and why would they? Because these Cubs fans who invaded Cleveland are here, loud as ever, as the Cubs have won the World Series. That's a phrase that no one's gotten to say in a long time. There's no more Billy Goat. There's no more Black Cat. There's none of that. What a night here in Cleveland. Frank Thomas, Pete Rose, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. And wow, the Cubs have won the World Series, Frank, and an unbelievable Game 7 here tonight.
Living in that city, 108 years. You know, you forgot Steve Bartman, too, in your earlier comment. This team was hungry, man. This was a team of destiny. They played their butts off. I mean, like I said, no excuses. They went out the rain delay, came back out and took care of business after squandering the league. They deserve to be World Series champion.
No question. They've been the best team all year in baseball. Capped it off by winning the World Series and a terrific Game 7. Most teams would have died when a team comes back and hits a 2-run home run off your closer to tie the game in the 8th, but they stayed with him.
You know, I've never been to a World Cup, been to some Super Bowls. The event, this was amazing. I mean, being here and witnessing this, what an incredible night for baseball. And I got to tell you, I'm sitting here, it reminds me, Pete, why this is the greatest game in the world. And the other thing that I thought about is how difficult it is to win a world championship. Kevin, we have 66 years here of Major League Baseball experiences, 5 championships.
I mean, it is, and that's the thing. These Cubs got to the NLCS. They got swept last year, and the assumption is, they'll just be back year after year. It's hard to get back year after year.
You can never take it for granted. This is a special moment. This team is very strong. You can see them repeating, but the hunger and desire they showed this year, that's the reason they're world champions. Don't take it for granted. You just never know if it's going to happen again.
The resiliency, Pete.
They're not losers anymore.
No. That narrative is gone.
We talked about their raw talent, and that's obvious. I mean, that just jumps off the page. 103 wins. I mean, they have talent coming from, top to bottom. But the grit that they showed, being down 3-1, a lot of young, talented teams would have just rolled over. They came back and showed the heart of a champion.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you look at all the adversity they faced here, okay, in these playoffs. I mean, you go down to the first round, Giants pushed them. They didn't want to go to Game 5. Second round, Dodgers shut them out twice. They had to come back from that and beat Kershaw. They did. And then here, they're down 3-1. Closer gives up a home run. I mean, I don't know what other adversity you could possibly face to overcome, but they overcame it all.
That's why they're a great team. They had their backs against the wall more than once throughout these playoffs and the World Series. They're resilient. They found a way to keep coming back and winning. And once they got back here, to win 3 games in a row in the World Series down 3-1, it shows you the grit and the hunger this team had.
And you can't say enough about what Chapman did. 97 pitches, 5 1/3. He bent, but he didn't break. He showed the heart of a lion.
Came out and pitched that 9th and ended up getting the win in this World Series Game 7 for these Cubs. It'll become just the 6th team in the history of the game to come back in the World Series with a 3-1 deficit. Unbelievable. Stay tuned for your late local news. And for continuing post-game coverage of the World Series, turn it on over to FS1 right now as we say congratulations to the Cubs. One of their longtime fans, Pearl Jam frontman Eddie Vedder. And we leave you with this original song. Someday, we'll go all the way. That day is today.
When the day comes for our last ring, try and cover it. I look to the sky and know I was right today. Someday we'll go all the way. Yeah, someday we'll go all the way. Hey, someday we'll go all the way.
Dak Prescott and the Cowboys collide with the Browns.
It all begins at 11 Eastern. And don't miss a full slate of games on Fox.
I have sworn to do very foolish things.
Culture of winning matters.
We're watching a revolution. Before the game, get the truth on Speak for Yourself. Tomorrow at 6 on FS1.
We are